Elizabeth Convery here with Very at Compass Re. I wanted to send to you our year-end 2023 report on the real estate market in the Philadelphia region and give you a quick recap of what happened. The market in the city and in the surrounding suburbs was down by 20% year over year. 20% less sales volume and average units sold. So, what that means is that we are still incredibly inventory starved. This has been a common theme that you have heard from me if you've been following me over the last 10 years I've been in business. I would say probably the last 6 or 7 have been related to inventory shortage, but we are in such a deficit at this point that 20% is actually probably the lowest I've seen in my career. I have a year over year decline. Philadelphia is mirroring the national trend. There was an article in Yahoo Finance saying that 2023 had the slowest pace of real estate sales in 30 years. So, what's driving this inventory shortage? One, it's, you've heard this a million times. Interest rates do certainly impact the market, but the reason that they're impacting the market so much is not necessarily that they are high for first-time home buyers. Certainly they're high. There is an affordability issue. There has been an affordability issue for years. But what we saw in 2023 was that the shock of rising interest rates that came in June of 2022, buyers were sidelined for the last 6 months of 22, but they came out of the woodwork in 23. Buyers have adjusted, first-time home buyers particularly, to higher interest rate environments. It's not high relative to where it's been over the course of the last 30 years. Rates are trending right now around 6.5. They are projected to go down. But the issue is the move-up buyers. Those of us, and many of us, myself included, who are sitting on interest rates somewhere around 3%. So what's happening is people who would typically buy into a larger home at some point in their future are sitting in their first time home or maybe their second time home, but they're not stretching for the dream house because they're sitting on a 3% interest rate. So it becomes very painful to say, okay, I need a bigger home, but I'm going to pay essentially double for the cost of the debt. So we've seen an entire segment of the market, that move up buyer, holding steady, and that's what's impacting inventory. The other issue that's impacting inventory is because the cost of real estate has risen so much over these last years, many empty nesters who are ready to right size are actually holding on to their properties longer and aging in place because the cost to right size is more expensive than staying in their larger homes. And so that is very much impacting the inventory shortage. So for the buyers that we saw in 2023, the word was resilience. They made lots of offers. Eventually they got homes, but they had to be resilient. They had to apply patience. Sellers in 2023 probably found themselves at quite a profit on the properties that they bought. They were sitting on, most Americans are sitting on a ton of equity right now in their homes. The issue that we're seeing, and we tackled a lot in 2023, was people coming to us and saying, I'm ready to sell. However, I'm not sure where I'm going to go, and I know that my house will sell quickly, and I'm having a hard time sort of making that transition. So we've been able to work with clients to help them through that. Each scenario is different. The moral of the story here is, at the end of the day, we get the question all the time, is it the right time to buy? Is it the right time to sell? I wish I had a crystal ball. I've been doing this a long time, but I am not a market reader. I have my theories on sort of where everything will be going with interest rates coming down and with people, sitting in properties that are too small for them and they've outgrown. They will certainly start to let go of them in 2024. However, at the end of the day, a real estate transaction makes most sense when it's right for you. And your scenario can be worked through with a proper professional who can give you advice, who can be a partner throughout this process, who can really help you to get to that next home, to right size into the property for you. And I am really happy to provide this market report for you. It's in the link below in this newsletter. If you have any questions that myself or my team can help you with, we'd be delighted to. We work everywhere from South Jersey to Paoli and anywhere in between. Hope you are well and staying warm. Spring is on the way.